You're wasting all the time. Another hour gone, did you hear the chime? You're wasting all the time.
Recorded for Thursday,
June
18th.
2020.
Hey there!
Hey!
And welcome to Wasting All the Time, a podcast, Season 2. My name is John, and this is a red episode. I'm joined today with my co-hosts. To my symbolic left,
Like it.
the devil on my shoulder.
It's Cody. It has to be Cody.
Yep. To my symbolic right, the angel on my shoulder.
Oh, it's me, just as an angel. I tricked you.
And right in front of me, the arbiter of everything in my universe, the ego, to this weird id scenario over here.
It's Dave, the Arbiter.
Okay, and so that's enough metaphysics for one episode. So, if you're just joining us for the first time ever on this, our 50th episode of Season 2.
Wow.
This is an improv comedy podcast. So everything you're hearing right now is totally improvised. We're making it up on the spot. I don't know what I'm going to say next, and it's really triggering some anxiety, if I'm perfectly honest with you. So
He never is.
This is, as I mentioned before, a red episode, which means I'm in charge. So just take that anxiety and double it, and you'll get kind of a sense of what's going on. So this podcast is set up as a series of segments, of which this is the first.
And now it's time for John to break shit down. Now entering the Jonologue.
So I want to talk about staplers for a little while, and then we can just go back to what we were doing before. So staplers, most of you know them as kind of a ubiquitous office tool used for, taking very small steel barbs and fastening pieces of paper together. What many people don't know about staplers is that they originated in the Middle Ages as an interesting kind of siege/torture device. Siege in that you could shoot very large spiky things with them, kind of like you do in 7th grade history class nowadays. Squeezing a little thing. They would squeeze it at a castle. And then as a torture device, in the way you might think, you just put a person on the thing and you press it down and, torture. It was the Middle Ages, which, wasn't always the greatest time. Other ways, super cool, great hats. But, staplers as torture devices, not great. So anyway, over the years, as mankind became more civilized, they had all these staplers lying around, these, huge devices, and someone finally looked at them and said, hey, you know what? I bet I could make like a smaller version of that, and I could make a lot of money, tossing salads with them.
God damn it.
So anyway, that's staplers. Moving right along to the next segment. Thank you for bearing with me on that. Here it is. It's time to go Fruitwards.
Upwards, downwards, forwards, backwards. I say we go Fruitwards.
So now it is time to play Fruitwards. Fruitwards is a game we play utilizing cards of two kinds and colors. Red cards are nouns and green cards are adjectives. We will use this fancy app developed by our great patron, Unexampled Salt.
Ooh.
I remembered this time.
Yes.
I love you all equally, but now I remember who did what.
Some animals are more equal than others.
Yes. So we will draw one card of each color and improvise a scene inspired by these words. And today's words are unvoweled, suckle.
I thought it was supposed to be a noun. Did you say suckle?
For unvoweled, it is what you might expect, having no vowel sounds or signs. Suckle, a teat.
Oh, it is okay.
A thing that you suckle.
Not too suckled.
Okay, the thing which upon a suckle is did. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Mark, I don't know if we can put this on the air. Like, this is it's not a kid's show, but we're not like Cartoon Network level of crazy or anything. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's just the natural process.
Exactly.
I don't understand what the problem is with showing the people a natural process of this sort.
See, I don't have a problem with it, Mark. That's the thing. I just think the network is going to have a problem with it.
Well, why would the network have a problem with nature? It shows nature documentaries on the network.
Yes.
They showed that one where a small rodent was eaten alive by a lion.
Mm-hmm.
That's nature. This is just more nature.
It's different when it's human nature. See what I did there? That was a joke. It is a little different because we cannot show the entire human birth process starting 9 months earlier. This is not happening. We're gonna get in trouble.
Don't understand.
We're gonna get in trouble. We're not allowed to show it. Okay.
Why aren't we allowed to show? I don't understand. I mean, it's just fluid transfer.
See,
it's very clinical.
It is. No, that's technically correct. But calling it Families, a nature documentary, I think is going to give people the wrong idea about what they're in for, you know? I think saying Families, a nature documentary, bringing families into the world together is not exactly what people are going to expect when they see this. You feel me?
Okay, so is it the title of the documentary that you're objecting to then? Because we could change that. I'm open to changing that.
Sure, let's start there. What do you got? What's your new title?
I don't know.
Let's bring in a couple consultants. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can do with the project.
Yeah, I'm kind of dry.
Somebody call for a consultant.
Or maybe a couple of them?
1 or 2 consultants.
We did! 2 of them, in fact.
Yeah.
Oh, just your luck. We were standing around listening.
This is an amazing coincidence.
Wow.
That's how we know when we need to consult.
We loiter, like.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you're good at it.
Yup.
Thanks.
What do you need consulting with that we 2 consultants may aid in?
Yeah, so we're just having this back and forth about this documentary. It's on the human life cycle.
Sounds great.
And Tom here doesn't think we can, show conception.
I think it's too much.
Sounds good. Human life cycle, right? Right.
Yeah. Which begins with
fluid transfer.
Yes, exactly, Tom. Exactly. Fluid transfer.
Again, it's technically accurate.
What do you think?
Roll the tape.
Yeah, roll the tape. That's a good idea. Roll the tape.
I mean, I should probably have you guys sign the waiver.
Roll the tape.
That's fine.
Okay,
I'm not
all right.
signing nothing.
Anyway, there we go.
That's pretty clinical.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a thing of beauty.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
You don't think the music is too much?
No, I
It's
think it's right.
tasteful.
Yeah.
It speaks to the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes me want to know more about these fluids.
Yeah. Is there more?
Oh yeah, it's a whole series.
It's a whole documentary.
Oh, it's a
We go
series.
through all 9 months.
Wow.
Roll the tape.
Yeah, roll the tape. It's a good idea. Roll the tape.
Oh, the whole thing. It's like
Yeah.
16 hours worth, guys. I don't you really need see the whole.
Yes.
Okay.
We
We're rolling.
take
Okay.
The 9-month development cycle in the womb, and we take it down to 16 hours that you watch it happen.
Wow.
Wow.
It's like a
Yeah.
speed paint, but with a human life.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. See? They get it.
Don't they get
Yeah.
it? I get it. I'm on your side.
It's like
And
he
that
was
works.
I
sped
do
up.
wish I don't know about you, but I mean I wish there was a little more drama in it. Like,
Drama? What do
what's
you
this side goat gonna do when this side goat gets with that side goat or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, they're separating the mouth from the butthole. What's gonna happen? Like, it's
I mean, I guess we could get Robert Redford to, dub some narration that ups the tension.
You can be down for
Robert
that?
Redford?
Robert Redford. That'd be good.
You know Robert Redford?
He always does this kind of stuff.
You
Are
know
you-
Robert Redford. That's,
You close personal friends with Robert Redford?
ooh,
Not-
really,
not
the Robert
really,
Redford.
No, it's just
You say you
know,
grew
Robert
up with
Redford,
the guy?
You
Wow,
you
he
call
grew
him,
up with
you
the
say
guy.
you need a documentary narrated.
You gave him a home when he
shows
needed it
up.
most?
It's like magic.
What did you?
Sorry,
Did you, Mark?
I
Yeah,
mean, he did show up unannounced that one time, and slept off a bender on my couch.
Saved
but,
his damn life.
that's saving his damn life. That's right. This guy right here. This guy making this 16-hour, 9-month binge-worthy family fluids documentary saved Robert Redford's life.
You get
I
Robert
mean-
Redford on
I
this
mean,
thing, and I
to
will
be
an
honest,
investor.
I mean, you live in
Oh yeah, we get this on
you
Netflix.
live in Hollywood for a certain amount of time, and that just is a thing that happens to everyone. It's like a rite of passage.
I don't care about Holly, this,
Yeah.
that. But Robert Redford,
Oh, Redford?
that is something I can connect with.
Okay, so we'll get Robert Redford to lay down some narration.
Drama.
We'll up the tension a little bit.
Man,
When I think of fluids, I think of
Robert
Robert Redford.
I think you need an explosion.
Everyone does.
Oh yeah.
Oh, explosions?
Special effects explosions
Are we kind of drifting from the source material?
when
Yeah,
when
with
the
explosions.
fluids connect.
Turn fertilization into a car chase.
Oh yeah.
Set it in the
Turn-
future.
Turn the gender identification into a heist.
Into a heist.
Into a heist movie.
I mean, if the network
Yeah.
wasn't cool with suckling, I don't know if they're going to be cool with heisting a uterus.
Put it on Netflix. They'll take anything right now.
That's
They
the
will, that's
biggest.
true.
That's the single biggest piece of advice that we as consultants can give you tonight.
Yeah.
Ditch the network.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wow.
Go basic cable minimum. Netflix to be preferred.
Mm-hmm.
And bring Robert Redford with you.
You bring Robert Redford.
Ding! Oh.
You saved his damn life.
I mean, honestly, you live in Hollywood long enough. That's just a rite of passage.
I particularly enjoyed being the straight man in that one. Just like, what? What? Robert Redford? What? And everyone else was like, yeah, duh. That's how this works. I guess. Okay.
Oh.
It was a good one.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
That was great.
Yeah.
And so now,
We murdered.
let us move it right along to, you guessed it,
It?
the next segment, because this is a show that is built of segments.
Nice.
What have you been up to? To what have you been?
Dave,
Yeah.
what have you been up to?
Oh wow, you only said it once. Hey, I'm glad you asked. I've been continuing my adventures with cooking and weight loss, and
Yes, awesome.
I have also been able to restart some disc golf in a limited way. I've gone back nice and early to the disc golf course when there are essentially no one else there, and I've played a couple rounds. It is so nice to be active again. I wasn't really finding ways to be active
Nice.
before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really like it. And because of that, I decided to get myself some new gear.
Ooh. New disc golf gear?
Disc golf
Girl.
gear. So
Whoa.
my friend Greg was kind enough to give me a disc bag for my birthday several years ago. But I have accumulated more discs and I didn't have room for all my discs anymore. And rather than, put thought into which discs should I carry in my bag and which should I leave out, I decided I needed a bag that could carry them all. So I got a new disc bag, which is pretty sweet and has room for more discs, thankfully. So that is cool. I've got a couple more discs on their way that I get to try out and have fun with. And I bought myself a practice basket so that I can set that up. It's portable and I can do disc golf related things in places other than a disc golf course.
Like the supermarket or the library.
Or the moon.
God
Or
damn
the
it.
library.
You gotta throw that in my face, Patterson.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I respect that.
Yeah, so actually I took it over to Cody's house the other day
That's me.
and set it up in his backyard, and we got to play some putting games, and it was about the most fun I've had in a while. It helps that I won,
Awesome.
but we played horse and we played round the world, and it was groovy. I'm loving it.
I am not good
Awesome.
at disc golf.
Oh, me either.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I am.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You gave me a challenge.
He lied. Lying.
Yeah. The only time my disc flies perfectly straight ahead is when I have turned my body to account for the way that, and then it flies just straight ahead of me instead of to where I want it to go.
The hard knock life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been having a grand old time with that.
Very cool. Jess, what have you been up to?
Let's see. I am getting more consistent with a couple friends with doing like weekly art draws.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so through the quarantine, what we were trying to do is at least once a week we would do like a Zoom call so that like we had a video up there and we'd be working on whatever together, like our own projects, but it's like we're trying to occupy space together so that we try and keep each other on track. So still doing that. I have like a small group of friends that we'd all been sheltering in place, and so like we're taking it to the next phase in like small groups of friends. So it's like, okay, we are going to allow ourselves to see these people for a while.
Okay, yeah. So like kind of expanding the bubble just a teeny bit.
Yes, yeah. So that was with my primary tabletop group. So we finally got to like meet face to face to do the season finale. Not the series, but the season finale, which which it's a superhero campaign. It's a bunch of fun. I think I've mentioned it before. Pretty sure I have. My character is like a punky 17-year-old girl. Her superpower is luck.
Nice.
Yeah. And the there was like this really big reveal because it's the season finale about the bad guy. And what the bad guy does is he reveals that like when he first interviewed us for the hero program, he's like, I told you who I was. I told you that that before you was a villain. What do you do? Essentially. And we're like, what? And so out of character, our team's all like, I'm going to guarantee to you that this is a question each and every one of you asked. And I wrote down your answers of what you would do. Yeah, so me being like the person that like is always scatterbrained, what I do with all of my D&D campaigns is I record them. So I recorded that session. So after we were done, I went home and I listened to what he said. And I told the DM, I'm like, hey, I listened to it. This is something you didn't say. And he was like very quiet for a while. And he's like, all right. I need you to consider that that's meta and that you know something that you shouldn't. And I'm like, what? And the only reason like I got more information than the other characters is because I was incessantly asking because I was being a punk 17-year-old kid. This was great.
Nice.
I loved it.
But why? But why? But why?
But why? But why? Yeah, so I've been doing that, just gaming, tabletopping. As of this recording, I hope the world hasn't burned down yet.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Trying to support and listen as much as possible. Lost family members in it. It's fine. Just moving on. So.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Cody, what have you been up to?
Just being the creative artist type that I am, still cranking away at MidTier Entertainment, our YouTube channel. Absolutely a ton of fun because we can still make videos. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to do anything. Stay here and play video games, and people can laugh at us. It's still streaming, which has been like, I think I may have talked about this last time. Being an extrovert, streaming is the best thing ever. Because I still get to talk to people. I still get to hang out in essentially like a party type environment. But I don't have to go anywhere and I don't have to see anyone. And they're all like, oh, we're all right here with you. So that has been saving my mental bacon, if you will.
I watched, hey Cody, I watched the
Yes.
MidTier that came out on June 1st. And that pinata bit was ruthless.
Wasn't it?
Anyway, I
caught-
just wanted to say that.
Us off guard, dude. It was as the kids say, oodle lolly. And it was it's a ton of fun. You know, we're getting
MidTier
into
Entertainment.
youtube.com/MidTier Entertainment. Thank you. Also eventually getting into being, you know, an adult and cleaning up the backyard. It's been a little overgrown for a while. Like
Hooray,
in
adulting.
you're right. In the kind of midwinterish, it was really nice because it was raining a bunch and it was like a meadow. There's like grass everywhere and like it was green and it was delightful and you could just sit and look at the grass and be like, this is delightful. And now everything's dead because it's getting into stupid summer.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like, I just gotta go mow it so it's, you know, habitable.
Mhm.
Not
but
a
I'm gonna
fire
get-
hazard.
Yes. I'm going to get my parents got a brand new barbecue. So they're going to give us their air quotes old barbecue, which still functions dramatically except for the wasp nest on it. So we're going to
burn the barbecue.
I don't know if you know this about barbecues, but that's kind of what they're for.
Literally.
Is it so what kind of barbecue is it? Is it gas grill?
Yeah, propane.
Oh, nice.
So that's super exciting. I'm going to like actually propane it up and like have good barbecues and learn how to barbecue meat, you know, air quotes correctly. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, improving my my house and the station of those around me.
Ooh.
Mm.
Very cool.
How about you, Mr. Hansen?
Well, I have continued to garden. I'm excited. Stuff is starting to come in for harvest.
Ooh.
Yeah. So my corn that I had been worried about, I now have about 15 ears of corn started.
Hot damn.
Hey.
Yeah. And who knows if more will come out, but that's how many little places I've got silks coming out. So I've been going out kind of the last few days. I've been going out every day just to do a little bit of hand pollination because I only have one row of corn. I planted them that way before I then found out, oh no, you're supposed to plant them like at least in a 4x4.
Oh, whoops.
So they pollinate right. But it's not a big deal because you can hand pollinate them, and I only have 6 stalks, so it's not like I'm going through a whole field having to hand pollinate.
God.
How do you even hand pollinate?
So they get that flower on the top,
Mhm.
and that's where the pollen is, and so you can do it kind of a few ways. You can either like take a like a baggie and like put it over the flower head and shake it around and get pollen in the bag and then dump the pollen onto the silks. Or you can do what I do, which is just every day I take one of the little flower fronds that's getting near the end of its life, and
Mhm.
I snip it off with shears and just kind of dab it on the corn silks
Hmm.
to get pollination on them.
Hmm.
And it looks like several of them, the pollination is taken because the silks are starting to brown at the ends, which I guess is what happens when it's been pollinated.
Hmm.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's probably still another, couple to a few weeks to harvest on that, but I'm hopeful.
And then
Hey.
and then it'll be a cornucopia.
Mm.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're all fucking
Yeah.
Yep.
And my strawberries are starting to come in.
Oh,
I,
fresh strawberries are the best.
Yeah, I know. So they're starting to come in. Not a ton yet, but now that I'm harvesting some fruit, it should increase production because
Mhm.
the plants will be like, something is eating our fruit. We need to make more. And the same thing is happening with I've got a couple of shishito pepper plants, and God, those things are crazy. Like it took forever for them to produce peppers,
Mhm.
but and so like a week ago I went out and I harvested the one pepper that was ready. And if shishito peppers at all, they're little tiny things. So,
Mhm.
one shishito is nothing. And then I went out today and there was a ton that were ready. So I harvested all those. It was still not that much. It was like maybe a handful.
Mhm.
And then I went out this afternoon and a lot of the ones, and this was what was crazy because I went out in the morning to harvest,
Mhm.
and then I went out in the afternoon just to visit my plants, and noticed that a lot of the ones that had been still teeny tiny in the morning have all like grown an inch over the course of just this day.
Damn.
Gosh.
Yeah, like so yeah, that's very exciting.
Nice.
And yeah, and I think the eggplants are finally starting to do things. The zucchini has exploded. I'm actually worried that there's not enough room for them.
Oh no.
That happens.
Yeah, so yeah, have to figure that out. I've got them in tomato cages right now.
Oh.
And,
They'll
speaking
never
of
get
tomatoes,
away.
looks like I'm going to have a ridiculous amount of those too. So yeah, that's very exciting. It's going very well.
You're like the Willy Wonka of vegetables.
Sure, yeah. I just got to find some kids to murder, I guess. But yeah, so that's most of it. And I've been rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender and very much enjoying that.
Atla.
Yes. Yeah, that's the majority of everything in John's world.
Welcome to John's world.
Party on.
Yeah, I could keep talking about the garden like forever, but
we don't have
we need to move on.
Nope.
So in the spirit of moving on, let's move on. Yeah. So to the next segment.
Ooh.
What's weird in the world?
What's weird in the world today? Yeah. What's weird in the world today?
Scientists say they went cuckoo due to laughing gas from penguin poo.
What?
They can.
Scientists have reported getting so high on the nitrous oxide emitted by penguin poo that it actually made them ill.
Oh,
Mad ill.
The levels of nitrous oxide, more commonly known as laughing gas, given off by the colony's feces was about 100 times higher than in a fertilized field.
oh, Jesus.
Professor Bo Elberling from the University of Copenhagen said the truly intense amount of nitrous oxide exhumed was enough to send someone completely cuckoo. It is truly intense, not least because nitrous oxide is 300 times more polluting than CO2, he explained. After nosing about in guano, the term given to the excrement of seabirds and bats, for several hours, one goes completely cuckoo. One begins to feel ill and get a headache. He added, the small nitrous oxide cylinders that you see lying in and floating around Copenhagen are no match for this heavy dose, which results from the combination of nitrous oxide with hydrogen sulfide and other gases. Nitrous oxide canisters are often sold legitimately for producing whipped cream, but they are also taken recreationally through a balloon, with users often littering the small canisters behind. The nitrogen in the nitrous oxide exhumed by penguin poo comes from seabirds' diet of fish and krill, which themselves eat on phytoplankton in the ocean. When these are excreted, soil bacteria convert the poo into nitrous oxide, which unfortunately is a greenhouse gas. Professor Elberling said, it is clear to us that the level of nitrous oxide is very high in places where there are penguins, and thereby guano, and vice versa, lower in places where there is none. He noted that the study had a lot of relevance for Danish agriculture, which uses nitrogen fertilizer and so emits large quantities of nitrous oxide. One of the things we can learn, for example, is how and when to fertilize vis-a-vis the optimal conditions for soil bacteria to produce nitrous oxide, he added. And that's it.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
So
a lot of penguin poop all in one.
are you gonna
place.
Are you gonna get some penguins for your garden?
I mean, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, all right. Just figured I'd ask.
I worry about interactions between them and the dogs.
Yeah.
Because I've already seen my dogs like get the shit kicked out of them by the neighborhood cat.
Oh no. Yeah, but neighborhood cats are different. They're
That's
another
true.
breed.
Yeah, the neighborhood cat just wants to toy with my dogs. The penguins would probably kill them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Without a doubt.
All right, I got your shipment of penguins. Where do you want them?
Oh, just over in the penguin hutch over here.
I'm not a biologist,
Fine.
man. I just drive the truck. Where's the penguin hatchings or whatever?
Okay, the penguin hutch
Okay.
is right here. It's this little You can't. It's like a little repurposed freezer. I thought that was really clever.
Yep. Anyway, just go ahead and sign this, and
Okay, sign.
I'll start tossing them in.
Well, if you could be gentle. I mean, they are living creatures.
Oh, okay. Sure, if you say so, bud.
Hey, whoa, hey! Hey, ow!
Hey, could you be careful with the... I'm so sorry. Are you okay there?
Where's my soulmate? Where'd they go?
Hello. Hello.
I think
Wow. I didn't think I could fly.
that's the one, right?
Yep.
What? No. What?
That's both. That's Pinky and Sklinky. I don't know. You signed it.
Pinky and Sklinky?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, hi.
Sounds good. Well, thanks so much.
Yep.
Hey,
So, Pinky and Sklinky.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Pinky.
I'm Sklinky.
And we're
Hi.
penguins.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I bought you.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa. Wow.
I know. Saying it out loud seems unsavory.
Yeah. I'm going to repeat it back to you like someone would do in therapy just to make sure that it hones in. So you bought us, huh?
I guess.
Wow. What did you think about that, Pinky?
I'm having a tough time processing.
Yeah, do you still
I'm your
feel like
property?
Yeah. You think you can fly?
You exchanged legal tender for me?
Wow.
Yeah, I guess I did. So, you
So
know,
we're like a lamp?
I would say more like a cherished.
Don't say it.
Pet.
A pet? Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, I don't mind being a pet. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos about how good pets have it.
Pets are the shit.
I mean, I like to think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
It's funny you mention shit because that is one of the things I was hoping you could help me out with.
Take a look behind me, buddy boy.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow. Pinky, that's a lot.
You know, just
You guys into gardening at all? Because this is great for gardening.
I mean,
you
is there going to be like a squeaky ball there in the garden? Or like treats? I don't know, maybe some walkies in the garden or something.
food dish.
Well, I mean, we can do that stuff, in general. But the garden is for your poop.
I want a scratching post.
Yeah.
Scratchy.
I want a bed. I want a penguin bed, and then I'm not gonna
penguin
sleep
bed.
in it.
I want a penguin
Okay.
bed. It has to look like a penguin, and I won't sleep in it.
Yeah, and I want another
Okay.
penguin bed that's gonna look like my soulmate, so that I know what they look like when I see them.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you've not met your soulmate yet?
Yeah, no.
What?
Oh, okay. So, and you wanted a scratching post? Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be like
You-
a good pet.
Okay, it's just that you don't actually have claws.
What?
Okay, I can still scratch up against it.
Wow. We don't have claws. Wow.
Wow, you've
Well, it's just I don't see the utility of a scratching post if you don't have claws.
Wow.
physiologically depriving me of scratching post.
Wow.
I mean, I guess I can get you a scratching post. I just don't think you're gonna find it fun.
It has to say Pinky on it.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll use it.
Okay,
We will not have that.
great.
It will be
But,
on your
you're cool.
hands. It'll be on your human hands. If that scratching post doesn't say Pinky on it, and I slinky scratch on it.
I mean, I'd be willing to share my scratching post with
Oh,
my
no.
soulmate.
Yeah. Well. When you find them.
Oh.
You guys don't think maybe you're each other's soulmate?
No.
I mean, that would make things a lot easier.
Hey, you know what? Soulmates aren't made out of convenience.
Wow.
But what?
Wow.
Oh, no, I got wowed. Oh, wow. Wow.
Wow to both of you. That's why I said it twice.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay, well, I'm going to just take your poop to the garden now.
All right,
Well,
freak.
Thanks for that. And we'll discuss this further in a bit.
I'm going to get a lawyer.
Ding!
Penguin lawyer here. Let me waddle on over. Waddle, 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 waddle.
Oh.
Well, that was
All right.
strange but fun.
Strange but fun, yes. And so with that, there is but one more thing, one more segment in this chain of segments, this strange millipede that you have joined us in peating. And that is the improv game of the week.
Yay!
It's the improv game of the week.
Every week on the podcast, we choose an improv game and then try to play it. And this week's improv game is 911, What's Your Emergency?
yeah.
Two or more players. One player is a 911 operator. The others take turns calling in with various concerns, and the operator tries to find out if it's really an emergency or not. Jess, have you ever got to be the operator?
No, I haven't had an opportunity to.
Let's have you be the 911 operator.
Yeah, not a problem. Okay.
Okie dokie.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, hi. I would like to complain about my neighbor. He recently ordered some livestock, if I can even call it that, and they are pooping a lot.
Okay,
And
can I get your name?
Yeah, my name is Terry
Terry. Okay. Schultz. Terry Schultz. Okay, so your neighbor has illegal livestock.
McMillan.
I'm sorry, Terry Schultz McMillan. Your neighbor has illegal livestock and they
He's
are...
got penguins, and they are pooping everywhere. I'm pretty sure my dog is high.
And Terry, are you confident that these two incidences are not mutually exclusive? You did not get your dog high off of something else.
Well, my neighbor gardens, and I let
Mhm.
my dogs go wherever they want. Sometimes it's over to my neighbor's yard. And whenever they come back from that garden, they act as if they are high.
Okay.
I think
So-
it's the penguins.
You think it's the illegal livestock in your neighbor's yard. Mr. Schultz McMillan, this doesn't seem like that much of an emergency. It seems like you are getting your comeuppance off of a revenge dog unleashing.
Wow, so you and animal control talk to each other, huh? You both have the same reaction.
Well, I am married to the person who runs animal control, so yes, Mr. McMillan, Schultz McMillan, I am well acquainted with your calls. I want to thank you for contacting us today. I hope Poopsie and Bigozy feel better.
I found this call to be very unhelpful.
Okay, well, if you would like to stick around for a short survey, it means a lot to us and to the 911 community.
You want my opinion? Okay, I'll stick around. Thank you.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay, Rudy, hang up on that one right away, please.
Yeah.
911. Thanks. 911. What's your emergency?
Hi, I'd like to report a fire.
Oh, okay. All right. What's the location?
So the location is my kitchen.
Okay, are you in a safe area away from the fire?
I think so. Yes, I'm in my bedroom. I don't think it can find me here.
Well, fire is very good at hide and go seek as long as you are within the building. Are you able to leave the building?
I mean, I could, but I think it's gonna see me.
And what do you think will happen if the fire sees you?
It's gonna catch me.
Uh-huh. So, if the fire catches you, you can stop, drop, and roll away from the fire.
Oh, so if it tags me, I'm not out?
You're not necessarily no, you're not necessarily out.
Oh, shit, this is a game changer. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Okay, I still need the location so I can send the fire truck. 911, what's your emergency?
Okay, this guy has a gun to my back.
Oh,
and
okay.
he's
All right.
right up on there.
Okay, remain calm, sir.
Okay.
We are here for you.
Thank you.
Can you, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Alan.
Okay, Alan, everything is going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine.
That's good.
Can you give us your location? Can you explain where you might be?
Yeah, I'm face down on
Okay.
it's like a squishy table, and we're in the corner of Market and 44th. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Squishy tape.
I've been in here for like an hour so far. My back is starting to get real itchy. Like, just like it feels really scratchy. And this guy's been sitting here next to me all day, and he just keeps saying, "I gotta be real steady with this gun." And I'm starting to freak out a little bit. So
What type of gun, sir? Do you know?
it goes like that.
Mm-hmm. And did you come to this location out of your own free will, Alan?
Yeah, for sure. For
Okay.
sure. I didn't get to the real problem.
And what's the real problem, Alan?
How do you spell scourge? We already got the S and the K. I gotta make sure the rest of it's right.
Okay. If you're starting with a K for your scourge, you want a U
Okay.
ERGEAU.
Oh, is that like a Norwegian dialect or something?
Exactly, it is the Norwegian dialect.
Wow.
But if you spelled it already with a K, you can't go back. You gotta go Norwegian.
That's right. Go
Mhm.
Norwegian
Right
or
on.
go home-wegian.
Mm-hmm.
You heard that,
That's
Bulldog?
exactly right. 911, what's your emergency?
Hi, yeah, I'd like to report a downed power line.
Oh, of course, sir. And
Yeah.
can I get the location of the power line?
I'm out on the frontage road around 23rd. And I just wanted to let you guys know about it. I'll fix it.
Wait, what?
I'll fix
So we
the
can-
downed power line.
Oh, we can send someone out to fix it, sir. Live wires can be very dangerous.
Oh yeah. It's already started a fire.
Oh dear.
I'll deal with that. I broke it. I fixed it. That's my motto. That's what I was raised.
Wait.
That's what I stick with.
Wait, you broke the power line, sir? Are
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
You safe?
The pole got in the way of my car, and it all kind
Uh-huh.
of came down. So I'm gonna fix it. No problem. No problem.
Sir,
Just wanted
are
to let you
you
know.
under any sort of intoxicant at the moment?
You got. I wouldn't say that. No, I'd say more like it's under me.
Oh, you're on top of the intoxicant?
Oh, sort of all around it. Be the best description.
Okay. Would you like to explain how you're going to fix this?
Oh yeah. So I was in my car, and then the pole got in the way, and it all came down, doing is reversing, and I figure if I do it just right, it should all go back.
Like it's made out of rubber. It's just gonna bounce back.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I knew exactly how it came down, and I figure if I just reverse my steps, it'll reset.
Okay.
If
Okay,
that
sir.
fails, then I'll just go out and I'll throw it.
Throw it.
Yeah, I'll grab
Throw-
the two ends, I'll tie them in a knot,
Hmm.
chuck it up in a tree branch or something, get it out of the way, because it's dangerous.
You know what, sir? That sounds pretty much what my emergency response team would do. So, if you run into any issues, sir, just give us a call back.
Yeah, one thing is I often, I kind of grind the gears on the clutch, so reverse is, I don't know about reverse.
Okay, well, we can always get you a tow truck to reverse the car for you.
It sounds like cheating, but I'd be willing to try that first.
All right, okay.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, and there will be a short survey afterwards if you stay on.
I'll hold.
Thank you. Rudy, let that one go through.
Okay.
Thanks. 911, what's your emergency?
Hi, I'd like to report a guy getting electrocuted.
Does it look like he is trying to reverse a car that doesn't want to go back?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So, this is filed under 911's lessons learned. It's fine. He's fine. You're fine. The world works in mysterious ways. If you would be so kind as to wait after the end of this conversation to fill out a short survey.
Okay, well I guess you know best.
I mean, I just need to get 5 stars.
Ding.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that is so much harder than I thought it would be.
Right?
Oh,
It's
well done, Jess.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Rushed
you.
it.
KROUSCHTET.
Who's that day?
Crushed. I had some for dinner.
Oh, God.
Well, and with that, we find ourselves once again at the end of our weekly episode. But more than not, we will be back on Monday with another installment of our serialized game, The Plot Thickens. And we'll find out what all our book club participants are up to. Now, in the meantime, if there was anything in this episode that you liked in particular, you can go to our website, wastingallthetime.com/vote, and let us know about any scenes that were particular favorites. You can go there and fill out the form, and at the end of the year, we tally up all your votes and count down the top 10 scenes of the year. It's a lot of fun. We enjoy it. Hopefully you do too, because we're going to do it.
Haha.
And if there was anything you disliked in particular, anything you really hated, anything that made you think, you know what, I just want to go and buy that, 4 for $3 Pringle deal at Walgreens just so I have something to throw at the wall
Woohoo.
that makes a satisfying noise in my rage, then you can go ahead and tweet that to me at Jay Hansen himself. That's my personal Twitter, and I never check it.
Do it.
And beyond that, I have been John.
I have been Cody.
I've been Jess.
And I've been Dave.
Dave the Arbiter.
And we wasted all the time.
Bon voyage.
But
Bye.
Good night, folks.
Congratulations, you've made it to the end of another episode of Wasting All the Time, a podcast. If you enjoyed this show, then please consider subscribing on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher, or follow us on Spotify.
If you really enjoyed the show, then head on over to patreon.com/timewastepod and become a supporter of our time-wasting efforts. Now, that was a lot of things I just threw at you, so if you forget all that, just head on over to wastingallthetime.com, and there we have all the answers.
Improv game of the week.
Yay!
Which I forgot to pick. Give me a sec. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. I'm done.
Okay, it's been a couple months since we played this one, so